Okay, quick blog just to tell you what I've been doing during the summer months. Summer here in the UK is a bit difficult because it gets light at 4 o'clock in the morning or half 4 in the morning, sometimes a little bit earlier than that. So you've got to be a bit crazy, a bit nuts to get out there at 3:30 to try and get a sunrise. It does happen, and I have been out that early. So the main things I've been looking at during the summer months, which I normally find quite good, poppies around here, and then looking at those sort of landscapes and early morning wildlife within that sort of area. And then we've also got the infrared photography, which is this one here, which is great for bright sunshine during the middle of the day. I'll discuss that briefly and show you how that works for me in relation to landscape. I also quite often move into the cityscapes area. The infrared looks really good with a mixture of water, buildings and foliage, trees, that kind of thing, which is landscape stroke cityscape. And you'll see towards the end how that all comes together on a little bit of a paddleboarding expedition. So I've also purchased one of these. It's a 35mm film camera. There's the film. It's an old classic, Olympus 35 SP. I used to do a lot of film when I was younger, particularly a kid, and developed my own black and white film. It's loaded with black and white film. I've been doing a bit of city photography. There's a couple of pictures to show you coming up probably. Went to New York, and I also have been down to London a little bit. But I'm just experimenting with a film camera. And there's some quite nice images on it. Some of these images, they're digital, so they're not from the film camera. The film camera ones will always be black and white. Then of course we've got the forests, the woodlands around here, just beautiful gorgeous forests around here. You can't go wrong in the middle of the summer in our woodlands. There's a whole array of deep greens, lighter greens, and once you get some rain in the middle of the summer, I'll be straight into those woods, particularly some nice heavy rain. It just brings out the colours. And what I do, you have to take a tripod, even in the summer. I mean, the exposures can be down to as low as 5 seconds during the afternoon of the summer if you're doing some photography in the woodlands around here, because the canopies above are so dense. And then of course I've done some paddleboarding with a friend of mine, Adrian, and we paddled down the River Thames. I did about 50 kilometres, that's over a 2-day period, so we camped halfway. We took a bit of cooking kit, but actually we did more pubs and beer drinking than anything else, and there's some great pubs on the way to stop for a couple of pints for lunch and then carry on. But because of the light, because it's so bright this time of the year, really at the end of the day, the only camera that was really being used there was the infrared camera. Got to be a bit careful with it. You don't want to drop it in the water on a paddleboard. and it is that mix of water, foliage and buildings, or man-made structures such as boats, that just look really sublime when it comes to the infrared black and white camera. I'm not a great fan of I think it was, they call it mixed colour, where it's actually a colour infrared. It doesn't really do it for me, but once that infrared's converted to black and white, I think that's quite good, and a really good little summer trick to have up your sleeve.